Yeah, yeah. Struggle music.
Trial version.
Hey, right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Trial version.
Look. Yeah.
Trial version.
Yo, think about it. That's a good.
Trial version.
I'm gonna let it run out to the verse. I'm just getting things flowing over. We get in the mix. You know what I'm saying?
Trial version.
You hear?
Yeah, I hear you.
And I don't really want to stay on some straight shit. I really hold the nigga back on some hate shit. I put the only coupon next to the right. You try to compare in the stories about somebody.
Trial
And it was
version.
difficult understanding the every word. But it's the every word that equals the heavy burden. It's like an angel in the look. It's a pain with the cut. But it ain't with the cut. Feel until I'm walking with the
Trial
game. No one
version.
puts to my name. The cut. One bang. I bust the It's a pain with the cut.
Trial version.
Okay, yes, 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 yes. So, greetings, Earthlings.
Trial version.
Welcome back from a much depressing hiatus to BUB-IT with the bad example, Principal Black 10.
Your boy Big Plex.
We are missing the beneficent
Trial
Black
version.
Daniel. Yeah, baby, I am an oppressive 3 times the legal alcoholic limit. You know what I'm saying? It's imperative that this is understood because we usually drunk when
Trial
we do this shit
version.
anyway. And I am sipping. I don't know if you over there smoking on the Chiba, brother, but I am sipping and
Trial
tasting.
version.
Who's your daddy? I am indeed not dying father. So much is going on in the world. Much has come to pass. In the words of Dave
Trial
Chappelle, it's
version.
scary to watch. You feel what I'm saying? Oh shit. Oh my God.
Trial version.
Nigga, for real. It is scary to watch. So,
Mhm.
Brother Plexus is on like how was your weekend, sir?
So far so good. Nothing real crazy happening. Just
Trial
moving on
version.
through this bullshit that we all are moving through with the quarantine and the riots and the protests and murder, death, kills, and it is what it is at this point. How about yourself?
Trial version.
Do you really want me to go down the laundry list of some more of it? I mean, it's some more of it. Let's
Yeah.
leave it there. You know,
Trial version.
uh, 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 individually inflicted turmoil, so therefore the penalty is well
Trial
deserved.
version.
And it's just some more of it. I'm gonna turn the camera right quick so people can see that. I don't know if they can really see it. Am I putting it in the right get down? Brother Plex is
Your
there.
shit is all skewed and
Trial version.
not still skewed.
Okay, he's there. He's there.
Yeah, we
But it's
social
some more of it.
distancing. We social distancing.
Trial version.
Oh God, yes, we are social distancing, and there's some more of it. My week was some more of it. The weekend is it's long purgatory, brother. It's
Trial
long
version.
incarceration, and fuck it, I'm here. So getting to the point, you
Trial
know,
version.
to the talking points here on Bubba the Oddkast. We gonna go through our talking points. We gonna take a break, and
Trial
we gonna go
version.
to our freestyle points, and then we come in with the poverty perspective. How that sound to you, Black?
It's all good with me. Let's run it.
So today I pose the
Trial
question: Now
version.
what? Now what? As far as anything that's going on in the world today. So my first talking point was the pandemic response. You know,
Trial version.
before we got to what we actually should have been doing. The social distancing, all the ramifications and
trial,
precautionary measures
version,
put in place by other leave it to our politicians, lesser
trial,
countries.
version,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To help COVID-19, or as you know, I feel America is backwards, so I like to call it the 91 DIVOC. You know
trial,
what I'm
version,
saying? Um, we have the highest death rate. The death toll is continuously going up. Those who are affected, those of us who got
trial,
the opportunity
version,
to test ourselves and come back luckily negative, it's still scary to watch because that means that you
trial,
have not
version,
contracted this shit yet and you don't have the antibodies. So you still got to be very careful with shit. You see what I'm
trial,
saying?
version,
So that's scary. Um, yeah, the response is facing heavy scrutiny, and Donald Trump.
trial,
We have
version,
a episode where we speak on this. It hasn't been uploaded yet because we've been on hiatus, but that was a couple of months ago, if I'm not mistaken, and that'll be going up whenever we get to it, whenever you get to it, whatever. So what
trial,
now?
version,
I open the floor to you, brother. What now? What are your thoughts on the response, the timely, untimely, too late, too little, too late? What are your thoughts on it?
As
trial,
far as
version,
response goes, you know, I feel that they should have done something a lot sooner than what they did. Um, they, other countries, as soon as China started
trial,
to
version,
go ahead and shut down their situation, we should have been even more diligent on our response in regards to that. Um, and then all the governors started shutting down all their
trial,
stuff and doing
version,
what they had to do, and it is what it is as far as that goes. My only grievances is with everybody who went and
trial,
raided and
version,
looted and pillaged the supermarkets. Which I commend some of the supermarkets that started holding holding people accountable and only letting in the elderly, because the elderly were the
trial,
ones that were really
version,
suffering from that in the beginning of this whole pandemic situation. So I commend those grocery stores or markets or whatever, however you want to call them,
trial,
for
version,
looking out for the elderly, because nobody else was looking out for them in that situation.
Yeah. you
trial,
know,
version,
my personal take on that, you absolutely right. You absolutely right with that. My personal take on that, the disappointing thing for me, right? Like we can't say
trial,
nobody's
version,
name, but you already know who I'm talking about. The pro Trump Brown boy who you constantly communicate with back and forth. Yeah, peek in, you trolling his ass and he get angry. You know what I'm saying?
trial, version,
This is an example of why I don't like to
trial,
hear that
version,
overtly patriot and pro-American perspective from us Americans,
trial,
because
version,
that was the opportunity to prove that we are true Americans. You know, we are
trial, version,
we are in a situation where something's going on bigger than ourselves, and it showed that all that love of
trial,
America and God
version,
bless America shit went right out the motherfucking window because the toilet paper was bought off the shelves by those who could afford to do it, who don't live check to check. And nobody gave,
trial,
not
version,
nobody, I'm going to say most people gave zero fucks about their neighbor. You see
Oh,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Video, video after video of individuals who
trial,
were just
version,
buying shit up. You see what I'm saying? And they didn't give a fuck about who may have needed.
trial, version,
My family can survive on maybe half a case or one case of this product, but let me leave some on the shelf for those who may not be able to go get it right away. That was depressing for
trial,
me,
version,
and it incited my anger because you see these people on Insta, Google,
trial,
Twitter,
version,
Facebook, whatever the fuck it is, talking all this red, white, and blue and shit. That was the time to be red, white, and blue. You see what I'm saying?
Trial
Yeah.
I
version.
seen motherfuckers on top, you know what I'm saying, doing that shit. You know, I live in an apartment, the only, I think it's two, but one of the only apartment complexes on this block. This is a fairly nice neighborhood. The whole rest of the block
Trial
is nice
version.
homes. And motherfuckers was pulling up with trucks and unloading shit. So fuck the people who can't afford it. Me and mine's
Trial
first. And
version.
that's fine, but then say that and be about that. Don't try to sell yourself.
And it looks like we dropped connection again with
Trial
him.
Feel what I'm
version.
saying?
Yeah.
And enemy of the state for talking like this, by the way. That's why I got on this shirt today. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker?
Trial
You're an
version.
enemy of the state for speaking like this, sir. Motherfucker said this to me on Facebook. I said, did you overstock your home when this went down? Well, yeah, right. Then
Trial
shut the fuck
version.
up. Well, didn't you? No, sir, I did not. I got what me and mine's needed. You know, that's no kudos to me. I'm thinking this is just how you should behave. You see what I'm saying?
Trial
I got what me
version.
and mine's needed, and anybody that is my neighbor that needs anything has been able to come to my door and ask me. Simply put, you know, I just didn't get it. That raised my anger with all that overstocking shit. You
Trial
know?
version.
Yeah, that was a sad point for everyone. I mean, everybody's has their stories on what they tried to get during the whole pandemonium in the first
Trial
month
version.
of the pandemic. Um, you know, me and my wife, we struggled to try and just buy a carton of
Trial
eggs just to
version.
have breakfast with. Didn't really need it, but just wanted it because we wanted to have some eggs and some pancakes and,
Trial version.
we didn't overstock. We just bought what we could buy. What we did do is when we did see stuff on the shelf that we
Trial
like
version.
toilet paper and paper towels, we would buy it. We wouldn't buy it all. We'd buy, buy our little case or buy our little bundles, and that would be it.
Trial version.
It got to the point where people were buying stuff that they didn't even normally use in their day-to-day life. It's like, really, you buying that too? So it's just it was just, it was ridiculous. It was sad,
Trial
ridiculous,
version.
and
Yeah. Yeah, and then that goes too with the
Trial
response.
version.
Like you said, a lot of grocery stores eventually put a put in place that you can only get so much of a certain thing. Um, yeah, when it comes down to the response to this, and
Trial
I'm looking
version.
at the news and I'm reading certain papers, uh, and I'm seeing that
Trial
we,
version.
the quote unquote strongest and best country on planet Earth, um, we
Trial
have the
version.
highest death toll and shit. I'm looking at the president of the United States,
Trial
or
version.
should I say, the president of the not United States of Asarima, talk about how it's under control one minute and it's
Trial
not the
version.
next minute, as far as what statistics and numbers are showing us. But this man is still saying him and his, what do you call it? His what is his people, the group that goes with the president, not the candidacy,
the
Trial
cronies.
his
version.
the cronies. I said that's not the
It's the cabinet,
correct
but
term. Uh, they are following this man off the edge of the cliff, no matter what. You've
Trial
been seeing
version.
this before this happened. No matter what the fuck, even if he's wrong, they're gonna follow him off the edge of the cliff. Then when it becomes undeniably
Trial
a
version.
pandemic, as it was called by so many other countries and members of the UN before this. This jackass goes on to a press conference and says, "Yes, I always knew it was a pandemic." I said, No, you did
Trial
not, bro.
version.
No, you did not. Like, what kind of megalomaniac are we dealing with that you are on film saying this shit, and then you're trying to sell us your own bullshit? I couldn't even
Trial
sell a lie in
version.
my own personal relationship bullshits, but you trying to sell a lie to the entire nation. It blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the response
Trial
was
version.
lackluster.
Yeah.
Uh, where now it's kind of ironic and funny.
Trial version.
It was to me, in my dark sense of humor, that we've always had these jokes
version.
about China, and they walk around with masks, and now what do you see in the typical American city streets?
We all ninjas now. We all ninjas now. You know, we a world of ninjas. Everybody's got a mask. Everybody's got some kind of face covering. You know, everybody's got some hand sanitizer in their pocket or a clip to their keychain or in their car. I still ain't got no hand sanitizer.
I don't got it.
I can find it. I just don't buy it.
Well, I still am in the field. You know, I'm a truck driver, so I went and got that shit. I wiped out the little Lysol wipes and alcohol wipes, whatever I could find. I be wiping down the steroids. Jesus, the alcohol is in the system. This is how we do on burning. All that shit, I sterilized the truck. Motherfuckers looking at me like I'm wiping down steering wheels and the handbrakes and all this shit. Motherfuckers looking like, what the fuck is he doing? I was trying not to catch that there shit. I got a little one to look after. I'm not around elderly people too much, but I am around the juggernaut. You know, I am around my daughters. I'm a germaphobe. You know that about me. I'm a germaphobe anyway, so.
Well, I'm working from home in my day job, so, you know, from here to my mom's house, that's pretty much about it. Any other time I'm at the house, I may go to the market with the wife here and there. You know, I come home, I wash my hands. You know, that's pretty much where it's at.
Typical norm, though. I like the whole washing hands. Well, again, as a truck driver, that is usually the first thing I do when I come in the house. Anyway, it's been that way for years because I'm on a truck. I'm in the field. So when they say just wash your hands for 20 seconds, and I'm like, okay, nigga got to be told to wash their hands. Indeed, this is what happened with the 40.
Well, I mean, come on, you got people that let's be real. You got people that go to the bathroom and don't wash their hands.
I'm a truck driver. Like I said again, I see that often. A motherfucker wash their hands and you looking like you're not going to sprick in the water, not nothing. You just going to go out there into the truck stop with everybody else. Interesting. You know what I'm saying? Interesting.
And then I do have a pair of gloves in my car, in my trunk. For when I do have to really be out somewhere doing stuff, I put my gloves on, and when I'm done, I throw them back in the trunk and call it a day.
Right. All part of my normal job duties anyway to have these things, but yeah.
Yo, it's the ugly. I'm about to break it. Man, fuck that. Check it out. Power and momentum, vocal bullets bring the host to your building. Same time feed the souls of your children. Closed minds get exposed to the vision. Same time double-edged sword to the throat of the serpent and kingdom. Kinda hard not to walk in the blues, hard to walk the avenues.